We always go into a relationship or marriage intending that it's going to work out, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't always end up that way. It turns out that this conversation is the secret to a lasting relationship. My name is Michelle Baxo, and for effective advice for kick-ass lovers of life, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so you're notified of new videos as they're released. I work with people all over the world, helping them create the love life and whole life that they truly desire. One of the most common things I see is that people are really great at developing themselves while they're single, but then as soon as they get into relationship, they think they can just coast. Sure, it's fun to ride the wave at the beginning of a relationship, but eventually that wave brings you to shore. So if you're not doing the work on yourself, that relationship will end up being a beached whale. So I'm about to give you the best kept secret to a lasting relationship. It's one conversation that has the capacity to inspire growth and connection till death do you part. I did this with Tommy, and my clients do the same. So what is this magical conversation? Okay, it goes a little something like this. Honey, you and I both have a history of failed relationships, right? But we want this relationship to last, so let's try something different. Okay, let's tell each other our relationship failure patterns and then create a plan for how to prevent it. I'll go first. It's that easy. So, for example, I shared with Tommy at the beginning of our relationship that in my past relationships, I had this tendency to go from being easygoing and open to being over accommodating. I would stop doing the things that I needed to be happy and fulfilled as an individual. And then slowly I would become irritable, bitchy, resentful. I'd lose my sex drive and eventually fall out of love and need to leave the relationship so that I could reconnect to myself. This is important stuff for us both to be aware of. Then we made a prevention plan. That's how to prevent this inevitable problem from ultimately ruining our relationship after the honeymoon phase is over. The plan we created for this particular pattern of mine is that I would first get clear about what it means to me to be connected to myself and all the different ways that I can do that. So for example, in addition to the wonderful things we'd surely do together, I also need my alone time, my spiritual practice, my personal development, a healthy lifestyle, time spent in nature, and sometimes I even need to go out with my friends without him. Look, sometimes these needs might inconvenience him or make him feel less important. But now he knows, because we've had this conversation, now he knows that when I'm being unaccommodating, I'm actually taking responsibility for my own happiness and therefore making our relationship a priority. Feeling good is a major factor in having a healthy, lasting relationship. So being in alignment with my needs, for example, well, gosh, that helps the relationship last, and quite often, it means more sex. We also agreed that Tommy would help me notice when I'm not doing the things that I need to be happy. But ultimately, I'm the accountable one. I'm accountable for my own happiness, and he's there to support me. And we continue to work this plan today. If I'm bitchy, resentful, or without a sex drive, the first place I look is where I've stopped doing the things that I need in order to be happy and connected to myself. I apologize immediately for my behavior and make a plan to incorporate those things that I need to feel happy and connected. We actually talk it through together so that he ends up being a part of what will ultimately make me happy. Now, I'm not the only one with relationship patterns. So step number 3 is to switch and repeat. We had the same conversation about Tommy's relationship patterns and created a prevention plan for that. It's quite amazing. We often complicate relationships so much, but I would say 80% of relationship problems can be managed through this one conversation as long as you tend to it ongoingly. Pretty cool, right? Now, the next step is for you to get crystal clear about what you want your relationship to look like. So, whether you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, having a clear vision of who you want to be in that relationship and the experience of the relationship itself is so critical and incredibly helpful. So, I want you to sign up for my visualization. It's the Power Love Visualization Meditation. And you're going to go through a wonderful relaxation as well as a transformative journey so that you can get clear about the relationship and the experience of yourself that you want inside your relationship and inside your life. So go ahead and sign up for that now so that you can get started right away. Okay, now tell me in the comments, was this helpful? Or do you have other relationship questions that you'd like me to address? Put those in the comments now. And if you like this video, click like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Love yourself, love your life, thrive in love. Don't settle. Take care.